realizing that behind what is happening is the hand of God.
Okay, and it will finish with verse 32, no?
Sorry, I missed it because I didn't mark it.
Si potrà fare in qualsiasi lingua, a cominciare dall'inglese. Vorrei ringraziarti per questa dissertazione ben curata e congratularmi con te per la CIV che rappresenta. In questo lavoro spicca l'abbinamento fra il metodo e l'argomento. The method matches the object. L'episodio della manna in Esodo 16, come sai, si chiude in chiave eziologica, conduce manifestamente all'istituzione dell'Omer come simbolo di memoria, l'Oblates of St, e questa eziologia narrativa chiamava un metodo appropriato, quello della social memory, la sua attenzione alla memoria culturale, nel senso di Jan Assmann, mediata dai lieux de mémoire, luoghi di memoria, per parlare come chi? Pierre Noir, sì. L'argomento è ben messo in luce dalla successione dei capitoli con il loro focus rispettivo e la dissertazione si distingue per la sua chiarezza e la sua lingua precisa e fluida, per quanto pure io possa giudicare. Forse solo il padre Scott Broder potrà apprezzare la bellezza dell'inglese, ma noi pure noi l'abbiamo apprezzata. Un rimpianto, tuttavia, regret, however, le 100 pagine di close reading di Esodo 16 sono presentate come a detailed narrative analysis of Exodus 16. Infatti sono molto più di una lettura narrativa, sono quasi una enciclopedia, perché vi si trovano tante inchieste filologiche, ma anche botaniche, zoologiche, per la manna, sulle quali, senza parlare di pause diacroniche, genetiche. E questo non sempre contribuisce alla chiarezza, alla purezza dell'analisi narrativa, spesso interrotta da altre considerazioni. Tuttavia, nel suo insieme, la dissertazione costituisce un contributo notevole all'esegesi di Esodo 16, di cui rinnova veramente l'interpretazione grazie proprio allo strumento euristico della social memory. Per lo più la dimostrazione è condotta con esigenza, prudenza e precisione critica, con alcune rare eccezioni. Per esempio, per 2 volte, pagina 275 e 291, il discorso si
point out the fact that these are stories that have come from the distant past, and at this moment these people are trying to make meaning of the text.
C'è un fascio di indizi, questo è sicuro, forse l'Omer può intervenire, ma quale sarebbe l'argomento più convincente? L'hai menzionato.
I don't understand what the angle.
What would be the most convincing hint?
That I don't understand the question exactly, please. Not the language. I don't understand the question. The most convincing argument that's what happens. I don't get it here.
L'affinità fra l'ultima redazione di Esodo 16 con il periodo esilico post-esilico.
Okay. But for me, how I began this actually is to read the text and ask the questions. Why is this narrative written this way? That is my first one. Why is this narrative written this way? What questions was it trying to answer? I emphasize it and say, we are a people chosen by God and led into his own life, where he began history. Seventh day is rest of God, and because we are His people, only we are adopted into the seventh day rest.
Ok, I have to go.
Yeah.
Devo andare avanti, è il mio ruolo, è la mia interrogazione. Nel racconto la dinamica di memoria sociale è legata a due oggetti, cioè l'Omer, in cui la quantità è, abbiamo detto, visto e precisata, un decimo delle fa, l'Omer e l'Edut, che possono essere le tavolette o più probabilmente l'arca. Ma ecco, questi due oggetti culturali sono spariti con la distruzione del Tempio e hanno quindi perso la loro virtù di reliquie, di memoriali, di testimoni, di edut. Non è la mia domanda, ma perché la comunità esilica avrebbe scommesso, avrebbe puntato su dei memoriali, su dei simboli vanificati? Dell'arca, aggiungo un elemento, dell'arca sparita, Geremia dice, capitolo 3, 16, non si parlerà più dell'arca, dell'alleanza del Signore, non verrà più in mente a nessuno, nessuno se ne ricorderà, non verrà ricercata, non sarà più rifatta. Allora, è possibile conciliare l'affermazione di Geremia, non si farà più memoria dell'arca, con quella della difesa di oggi? Si farà memoria dell'Omer e dell'arca.
You see, we have to understand the context of Jeremiah. Jeremiah was arguing with the people who were saying always, because there is a temple, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, everything will be okay. And Jeremiah was telling them, if you continue this way, there will come a time when this temple will be no more. This your point of pride, it will be no more. That's the context of that. It was a polemic against putting all their hope in the temple. Now, it happened. The temple was no more and all that. But there's something Professor Ehud Ben told me. I had a discussion with him.
So I think that's the penultimate footnote.
Yeah.
I think this penultimate footnote should come Bereshit.
Bereshit, okay?
At the opening of the
Okay.
presentation. Could you read it?
In my personal conversation with Professor Ehud Ben, he highlighted the point that the most important sites of memory are not the physical ones, but those that exist in the mind. And that's where I was going to. That answers the question. So these, as Jeremiah prophesied, it went away. But as it went away, it didn't go away from the mind. It continued to be remembered as the highest point of sanctity, where God meets humanity. The ark, and beside the ark, the manna, the importance of the ark, of the manna being beside the ark. So the sites of memory are not only physical things. Sites of memory can also be mental. The important thing is to have something that brings it always into memory.
It's a narrative.
Yeah, and here now it is a narrative. And that's why this narrative is very highlighted. So that at the time of, as I said here, even at the time of Jesus, they were still talking about manna given to us in the wilderness.
Ok, ho parlato di una prova mancante, evidence, still missing. Quale sarebbe la procedura più vicina a tale prova, a partire dal testo? Io credo che sarebbe l'esercizio di una inner biblical exegesis per elaborare la Vorschreibung, perché lei parla a diverse riprese del revised Exodus, revised Exodus 16 as well. Non crede che una inner biblical exegesis ben condotta avrebbe prodotto manifestare una Forschreibung, una riscrittura del testo abbinata all'epoca esilica, post-esilica.
I don't get it very well. How can I don't get the question very well, so that I can.
So, con linea biblica di diegesi è possibile, sulla base di indizi testuali, di far emergere, di scovare una riscrittura progressiva, in funzione di contesti. Questo sarebbe forse un'aggiunta utile.
See, okay, I understand now. Yes. Because I think I mentioned it in my limitations because it was actually in my initial plan to go into that, how the manner was remembered, how it was received through history. But when I continued writing, I have to have a limit to what I write. But I thought it was important, but I thought my argument is better with this, and we can do that for further research. But if there's any way to enter also, say good, because as the history continues to go, they continue to see the manner interpreted. When you get to wisdom, you see another. Even in Revelation, you still see. But for me, it is a proof that the memory of the manner continued to be important of the people as history continued to evolve.
Ok, torniamo alla lettura narrativa che è rich of insights. Tuttavia, in diversi casi mi sembra osservare una confusione da parte sua fra la dinamica di suspense e quella di curiosità. La curiosità, nel modello di Meyer-Sternberg, la curiosità verte su degli elementi passati, in particolare delle intenzioni o delle decisioni già prese, mentre la suspense porta su degli elementi futuri. Pagina 114, a proposito del versetto 5, lo leggo nella tua traduzione. But on the sixth day, when they prepare what they bring in, it shall be twice as much as they gather day by day. Scrivi, in the Lord's scheme of testing the people, why would he instruct such double activity? Bayoma Shishi. Ed il continua, suspense mounts. Vedete?
At the moment, I want to. Okay. The narrator chooses to take passage on that. The narrative technique in the plot is meant to, in Adonai's scheme of testing the people, why would he instruct such noble activity by Yom Hashishi? Suspense mounts. Okay.
Is it really suspense? Se la questione è why, che verte sull'intenzione di Dio, la dinamica non è di suspense.
Look at that. We are here in verse 5, I think. Yeah, that is verse 5. And we are still at verse 5. That's the first time we are meeting this here. And Adonai says, on the sixth day, when they prepare what they bring in, it will be a double of that. No reason. Nothing.
So, sure, it opens perspective in the future.
Yes.
But the question is why God did instruct that way. Allora, in questo caso la domanda è di curiosità e non soltanto di suspense.
Okay.
Lo stesso pagina 127 o 184 scrive lei, la prima istruzione, traduco, di Dio sull'Omer è concisa e manca di precisione. E si deve aspettare il versetto 33 per ricevere via Mosè i dettagli dell'istruzione. E lei riconosce in questo, tu riconosci in questo una suspense. Scrivi, the narrator purposely raises this suspense that leads to the clarification in verse 33. Io credo che si tratta piuttosto di una dinamica di curiosità che è staccata dall'assenza di precisione nel versetto 32 sull'implementazione della distruzione. Ho ancora un po' di tempo? Sì. Allora, a proposito del deposito dell'Omer nell'urna che contiene l'Omer, l'Ifne Aidut, tu parli di anacronismo cosciente in italiano. Leggo il versetto 16:34. According as the Lord commanded Moses, Aaron set it, the jar, before the testimony. Vayanicheu. E tu parli di anacronismo. Perché? Perché Israele non è ancora provvisto dell'edut, della testimone in questione, che spunterà più avanti con le altre parafernalia nel contesto dell'alleanza del Sinai. Concludi, a clear case of anachronism, a tal punto che Joel Bailey trasferisce l'episodio nel libro dei numeri. Vorrei chiedere se possiamo veramente parlare di anacronismo, nella misura in cui la frase al Vayikton è una frase che finisce in modo poetico. Questo deposito si farà più avanti nella storia. E come ha fatto osservare Jan Jost, le azioni che collega il Vayikton non devono per forza essere in stretta sequenza temporale, ma possono anche essere in loose temporal connection. In questo caso si potrebbe tradurre, and Aaron indeed said it later on, before the testimony. Che ne pensa?
Yeah. Analyzing the narrative, when I reached the epilogue, I said the narrated time dilates from 7 days to 40 years. Within the narrative unit, it makes perfect sense, perfectly. But we have also to read the narrative within the macro narrative of Exodus. And reading it through that's where I got that expression from Piotr actually. It's Piotr who wrote that anachronism quotient. It is well attested in the readings that when you read it within the macro narrative of Exodus, the Ark of Testimony is not yet there. But I brought in the intervention of Ska here to explain it. That the epilogue performs specific functions in the narrative unit. And it does it very well here. For this narrative, if I'm reading this narrative alone, I have no problem. It comes later, sure. But the question why I drew it out is to clarify, why would he then bring it here? Why doesn't he wait until the time the hint was done and he says, now that's Omer of Manna, Aaron busy. But he brought it here also because it performs a memory function at this particular point in time. So I think it is a known, that's why I agree with Piotr, it is a known anachronism brought in here to perform certain memory functions. Within the narrative, yeah, it can be translated that way. He later did that, though he gives us no clue to do it in the Hebrew here. But still, yeah, within the whole macro narrative, it is not done, but it performs certain function having been done here. Remember, you taught us that we are reading for the plot. There is a plot for this narrative, there is a plot for the macro narrative of Exodus. So as I'm reading for the plot here, I see this. I say, what is this? I go back, curiosity, suspense, I go back. Curiosity, surely, what works here? You go back. Where is the adult coming from? There is no adult. However, chronically, we know clearly that those to whom this story is being told, they know what it is. But the narrator does this work, does it very well. However, he does this here because it has to perform this very strong memory function for the identity of the people who will read the story and read these epilogue parts for the effect it does among the community.
Okay, don't forget the narrator, omniscient.
The
narrator, il narratore onnisciente, may refer to future events in the past, long distance events, following events in the past. Una ultima domanda. Il professore Fico ha fatto allusione a un contenuto teologico che sta ancora maturando. Non mancano le analogie fra Esodo 16 e l'Eucaristia, ma delle differenze pure. Se Esodo 16 con la sua fine eziologica, l'urna con l'Omer di manna, diventa il modello, in questo caso la finalità dell'Eucaristia sarebbe il Santissimo, la riserva eucaristica. È così?
Yeah, if we, then the Holy of Holies today we have will be the tabernacle and where we place the Eucharist. Yeah. And
is it because questo from the perspective of Exodus 16, now from the Eucharist itself.
Yeah. I don't get what this was.
So do this in my memory.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. I was going to actually, because when he talked about theology, this memory of me came to me, and that's what I was about to answer there. I wanted to say this about theology because lately also I've been thinking about faith and memory, especially our Christian faith and memory arising from the work I have done. And permit me, if I find it, permit me to read something from. Oh God. It is a quotation that I have from, from Priotor. I shall find it. He says, talking about the verb zakar, remembrance. Priotor said, and I took this. I translated it to my own words. As Priotor explains, this verb, zakar, has strong theological connotations. It indicates not only the historical remembrance of salvific events, but the participation of the believers in them, such that those spatio-temporally distant from the original events, they still participate fully in their salvific events. And I commented under it. I said, Jesus knew this. And that is why, at that prime moment, going to his passion, he did everything he did, and he said, Hoc facite in meam commemorationem. Until today, you see how the memory of what Jesus did is at the center of the Eucharist and at the center of the church. Every time we celebrate Mass, we rekindle the memory of the past. We put ourselves into the continuum of this past of Jesus by that short but powerful recount of the priest of what Jesus did. At the Last Supper, he took bread, he recounts it as those Israelites do at the Passover Seder. And by doing this, he inserts us anew, or the new people, he brings them into the continuum of the reality of the faith of what Jesus did for us, which is the center of our Catholic faith.
Ok, ma ha detto in latino hoc facite, Gesù l'ha detto in ebraico, aramaico. Assù, questo lo farete, quindi il memoriale porta in memoriale porta sull'azione, non la preservazione.
Sulla?
L'azione liturgica che coinvolge la comunità, non sulla preservazione. In questo senso c'è un contrasto.
See. My point here actually is the memory function, how memory functions in the faith. Yeah, it is not exactly the same. Yeah, surely. But remember that commemoration is very important in the social memory theory. Here, I think what is more important is commemoration, so that our site of memory remains in the mind, where it is very well preserved, according to Professor Ehudman's view.
Thank you very much, Father Sonek. Thank you to the public. One moment, pazienza. And in light of that, I would say that this has been a very dynamic defense. And, you know, with everyone wearing this, I cannot see your expressions, but I can see your eyes. And I honestly don't think I've ever been with the public more actively engaged by your silence, and your eyes are going back like this. It's been wonderful. So thank you so much for that. So before we officially conclude this academic event, we, the professors of the board, must have a brief discussion, which you cannot listen to. So we are going to create a little suspense, and you stay here, and we go on. We will be back.
But he was the person I wanted to be the thesis because he knows it. And where he wanted to kill me is that I didn't go there, Kenya. I didn't go there. I was meandering. Only on the same yeah, he sent me to it. I was saying he sent me to this guy. I went to him because he is the person.
I came here to show them so that they will see that he's wearing Ishago. The internet was messing up. They don't worry. We are live. It's like that guy is the prof of Old Testament.
Yes, so he's the big prof of this. In fact, he was the person who should direct these places. This one is his student.
No, that guy down over here.
I expected it, but I don't care what it is.
How about this guy?
Congrats.
Thank you.
And the courage and the boldness.
Go to the video, go to the I'm not that one. That is why it's acted by that man. Nah, that guy won't finish now, yes.
Jerome. Thank you for being there online. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate. Sorry for the online, the internet wahala. But I hope you're still following. Thank you. I expected it. I went into a new area.
So you went and put in shadow. Congratulations, Congratulations. You are giving me insight because I will depend on you both something. How can I do it? Congratulations. Sorry.
That is
But we don't, the simplest way to do it is just 9 years. So you see, it's 9 years. LeBron.
Arab got me in suspense. I'm not going to curiosity.
The guy boy Bubago. Okay. Keje. Ibe Bubago no ibe Bubago. Ibe Bubago. Pero. Muka chole buta mani go siri hide no go ade. No go ade. That's it.
And whatever is the second one.
Greet your people, greet your people.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for being there. Thank you. I'm seeing you there. So thank you. Those from US, thank you very much. Those in Nigeria, thank you. Those in Germany, Switzerland, thank you. Those in Nigeria, those in Cameroon also, thank you. And those here in Italy, thank you very much. I appreciate you are joining online. Yeah, don't mind. I expected the questions. And I thank God there was a way out of all of them. Thank you for joining. They will come then and give the results, and then we'll end. Thank you very much.
My brother Dan has come man. I'm telling you. There's no bomb yet. There's no bomb yet. Greet him. They are back. The professors are back, so.
The profs are back.
The profs are back.
Well, as you noticed, the profs have returned. So everyone, please take your seats. First of all, I would simply like to say that, again, this has been a very dynamic defense, something that we enjoyed. And without any hesitation, I can say that Father Daniel defended his dissertation very well indeed. We certainly agree on that. A brief comment and then the closing words. It seems to me that your dissertation, which I did not read, my two colleagues of course did, but nevertheless you touched on some really wonderful themes of biblical theology. God's graciousness, God's love, God's glory, and touching upon also this idea of God as Savior. The people are risking death in the wilderness, and God does not want that to happen to his people. He's going to feed them so that they live and they make it on their way. And also that the manna from heaven, this holy place where the Lord lives, he gives it to his people and makes them holy. So I just think you have so many wonderful themes here, Daniel, to also even incorporate in your conclusion, because God willing soon you will soon be a doctor in theology. So I really congratulate you on that and continue. And on that sense, this movement, also one of the things I picked up from your thing, this movement from truth to the whole truth. All of us here have participated in that, seeing you as you're moving from truth to whole truth. So we really wish you best as you continue that. And one final thought, this business of social memory. I will remember your defense. I think all of us will remember. So it's something that you brought us together in your academic research and work. And I would dare say that one day, hopefully soon, you will be a very dynamic teacher. And I now invite you to make your closing remarks and say a few words of thanks, and then kindly lead us again in prayer.
Thank you very much, Prof. First of all, I thank God, in whom we live and move and have our being, for leading me thus far to this point, and for the hope of the future. To him be glory and praise for Next, I thank the family of the Archdiocese of Onitsha, where I belong. A beautiful family. I thank my Archbishop, the Most Reverend Valerian Maduka Okeke, who ordained me over 13 years ago and sent me here for biblical studies. And I must say, I have not been under any scholarship here. He has paid everything that kept me here till now. I thank him for all the fatherly support and pray God to continue to bless him. He is here represented by our Professor Francis Oblates. Please convey my sentiments of gratitude. I thank also our auxiliary bishop, the Most Reverend Dennis Isuza, who has always also guided me because he took this particular part. He was here some time ago, years past. He did biblical and then Gregorian. And he has also always given me very wonderful words of encouragement. May God bless you, Your Excellency. I also thank in a special way Francis Cardinal Arinze, the Prefect Emeritus of the Congregation for Divine Worship and Discipline of the Sacraments, and also former Archbishop of Onitsha. Those of us here knows that he is always a father. Both personally and as a group, he is always there encouraging us, especially in difficult moments. Personally, he sent to me his words of prayers and encouragement. Here, represented by his personal assistant, his personal secretary, Father Tony Ezulu, please convey my deepest sentiments of gratitude. I thank the Presbyterian of the Archdiocese of Onitsha. Many of us are here. I enjoy being one of us. And now I thank the Pontifical Gregorian University for giving me this platform for my doctoral research, a doctoral work up to this point. I thank the rector, the dean of theology, and everybody represented here by Professor Scott Breger. Please convey my sentiments of gratitude. And I want to thank you personally, Professor Breger. It was February 2019 when I finished my license in biblical. I came straight to you and asked you, what am I to do my doctorate here? My encounter with you remains here. It is well. You helped me, you made it simple, but it has to be well done, but you made it simple, not complicated. 2 or 3 times I met you, and I went out from your office smiling. Thank you for who you are. And as you are the president today, I say, oh God, you have done it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, appreciating institutions, let me also appreciate the Pontifical Biblical Institute where I did my license. Very wonderful time there. I appreciate the rector, the secretary, Carlo Valentino, a wonderful person, and the professors, 2 of them are here. Thank you very much for who you are, and compare my sentiments of gratitude. Thank you. And so now I come to my professor, Professor Fabrice Okiko. The truth is that I never met him until I was sent to him to do for this doctoral thesis. And when I met him, we began. I must say, Professor Fico is a wonderful person. He is gentle as he looks, except on one occasion, when he gets your question. I wonder who will see what he does not see. Because he will tell me, Daniel, the comma at the footnote is in italics. It shouldn't be in italics. To that detail. And whenever he sends me a reply on the internet, I will take a deep breath because I will see a lot of reds. Oh God. And this time I read through, I also see your thoughts incorporated in my thoughts. Thank you. You restructured this work. I know where we began. I know when we began. Oh. But when the whole thing was set, you made it easy. That I am here today, thanks to you. As you said, I am your decorer, and I have the rights and privilege of the baker always. Not only today, but always. Thank you very much. God bless you. And then to Professor Soner, the second reader, people came and said, hey, so let's ask a lot of questions. I said, I expected this. Because actually, as I was beginning this, I took a course with him, and I was doing that course with him. I realized that Soner brings a lot of perspectives into the narrative. I went to him and I said, I read something about social identity, and I want to do something on social identity online. I had not chosen the topic already. And he opened my eyes. I said, it seems there are not much to lay hands on. And he opened my eyes to Jan Assmann, how it works, and so by the time I finished speaking with him, I said, Mamma mia, this is a large ocean. And he continued to guide me. He wasn't a professor then, he was teaching. I will write, give him, he will correct, give me. We continued to do that until it took a shape. And then he sent me to Professor Fico. Thank you very much. And I remember everything about your methodology and your exam also, one of the best exams I took here. You said, come with everything you want to come with. And you think it is easy. You come, you have to prove you have prepared before you come. But you taught me also something, if I'm going to teach, there is another method of exam that is also productive. Thank you for who you are. Thank you very much. And thanking those who helped me, I must thank in a special way Professoressa Benedetta Rossi. She's there. Yeah, I took one course with her in the Biblical on Jeremiah. One of the most difficult exams I took in life, she gave me. Text to find something. So when I went to her, as I was still thinking, because I wanted to know whether I would do an intertextual thing between Jeremiah and Exodus. But she opened my eye. She opened my eye to the world of Ehud Ben Zvi. And I went there and I saw another world, for goodness sake. And not only that, she connected me personally to Professor Ehud Ben Zvi. That at this moment, Ehud Ben Zvi has businesses and she's reading it. And he says he is going to make critical comments. Because of her, I never knew him, but I talked with him on video one-on-one, and he continues to say, go on, I am impressed. Thank you, Professor Ressa. Thank you for who you are. And thank you for the good work that you do. To all the professors here present, I am very, very grateful. Besides the Professor Ressa, Rossi is a professor in I will disturb you more and more as time goes on. Thank you for being here. It shows the love. Thank you. Our own big brother from the Archdiocese of Onitsha, Professor Francis Ogoji, who has the seat of mission theology at the other university. Thank you for being not just a brother, but an inspiration. As we say always, we don't know how you do the things you do, always. Thank you. And God continue to keep you for us, always. Thank you very much. And then all my friends who are here, all the priests here, the religious, the seminarians, the night press. Thank you. The president is here, the night press president. There is one, the vice president told me to come. He's there. Okay. Thank you very much. And every other group who is here, thank you. All those who are joining online, this my good friend here said, I will make it go online. And he's doing it at the moment. My family members are there watching and doing like this and that. My brothers and sisters, thank you very much. My uncles, everybody who is online. Maybe the Archbishop comes online, he told me amen. Thank you very much. I also want to thank somebody in a special way. As my prof hinted, when I got my approval to continue with this thesis, Corona came. And there was that lockdown, 3 months, no going out. It was to be a frustrating moment for me because I exhausted everything I had. But someone rescued me. He is a Jesuit living at the biblical community, and so he had access to the library. I talked with him and he said, Daniel, just identify the book you want and what you want there, I will make it available. He will go there, scan them, and send them to me. It can be 50 pages, and he doesn't care, he doesn't mind. he will send it to me, and that's why the research was going on, Prof. I know you wondered how it was going on. That was the secret of that research. And so I am grateful to Father Gabriel Oja HMB, a Jesuit. He has graduated and he is now back to Africa. Gabriel, I don't know whether you are online. God bless you wherever you are. And so, if I have not mentioned any name, please, we will have to call it a day. And then I thank all those who helped me to organize today, especially the second part of it. Thank you, Reverend Henry Nama and Nigeria's Adebiblicum for the organization. Please, after this event, we say normally after Misa there is Mensa. We will have Mensa also. We are going to gather each one of us, please. At the Angelicum, we have a space for all of us. It will be an African feast. So come and enjoy an African feast. At the Convicto, at the Angelicum. Take something, you will find something to eat, I believe. Are you So thank you very much. I only ask God to bless you and to reward you. In German they say, forget God. May God reward you most abundantly. And for the students here, I pray that sooner, more than later, you will come here to sit on the spot and then do what I am going to do. God bless you. Now closing prayer. At the back page, you see the closing prayers. At the back page, everywhere is also here. Was I kneel before you, as I see your smiling face, every thought, every word is lost in your embrace. Gloria al Padre, e al Figlio, e allo Spirito Santo. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Thank you very much.
Say a word of thanks. Say a word of thanks. Just say a word of thanks.
Thank you very much. I'm taking pictures now with the professors, then when they finish, we'll take place the
When we went there for dinner, it was You're not representative.
Bros, on a du jorum.
Cabo live. Cabo live.
Okay, all of that.
Yeah, Mike. Sorry, man.